Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Monday the 25th of May and this is the second video I have done today. So if you haven't seen my previous video today, I've popped a link up in the top right hand corner. Go and have a look. However, this video I'm going to be talking about money. Not my money, not your money, but well, it technically is my money because I'm a taxpayer, and if you're a taxpayer, this very well may concern you too, even if you are a US taxpayer. Oh yes, that's right. It has been alleged that they are still taking funds for their security from the lovely folk of Great Britain and possibly the wonderful folk of the United States. Now, granted, this is from the Crazy Days and Nights website where they put blinds on. I've talked about them many times. If you want to go and have a look, it's Crazy Days and Nights and it was released yesterday. And it says, the former actress turned royal now has approximately double the security personnel she had north of the border. Massive security bills every month being paid by taxpayers in two countries, but with no actual benefit for the countries involved. This will go on month after month and year after year forever. The son is still officially in line to succession, which means until his death, he will also need to be protected at taxpayers' expense of two countries. What do you think of that one then? How do we go from here? Why are we being lied to? Apparently, there is a loophole and that Charles has been allowed to classify Harry's allowance as a business expense, which means he gets tax breaks, so indirectly the Brits are still going to be paying for these two clowns forever. That was a response to the blind. Somebody had replied to that on Crazy Days and Nights website. I am absolutely livid at this and I don't understand why the media are not talking about this. They wanted to be financially independent, and that is what they should be. We, the taxpayer, should not stomp up the cash to pay for them at all. It actually irks me a little bit that they are multi-millionaires in their own right, yet they still receive an allowance like it's pocket money. And because it's alleged that Charles is claiming this as a business expense, that means that he will pay less taxes. Less taxes means less money to the taxpayer, less money to the NHS, less money to the schools. Ultimately, they are robbing us of what we need, and I think this is wrong on all levels completely. Another question this raises is why on earth has the security doubled from when they were in the UK? They were safe and well at Frogmore Cottage. They didn't get papped. Nobody breached their security. They were fine. Yet, why do they need double? Now, where is Archie made a very good point on my Twitter timeline. They said local resources are being used. When they fled from Canada to LA, they had a local law enforcement escort from the airport. Trump may not be paying for a federal level, but the government more than likely agreed to local taxpayer funded security. Ask the governor. Who is paying? Very interesting indeed. Are the residents of California paying for their security unwillingly? Now, as with all blinds, you always have to take it with a grain of salt. But are these two capable of wangling extra security that they don't pay for? And I think the answer in my mind, in my opinion, is yes, they possibly could. Could the taxpayer, both in the UK and California, be paying for their security that we don't know about? And this is extremely worrying indeed. Should the seventh in line to the throne be eligible for taxpayers funded security? Even though we've been told we're not paying for them, I can guarantee we probably are. And as US citizens, would those listeners in California, if they found out that you were paying towards their security, how would that make you feel? Do you believe this blind? Really, honestly, that's a genuine question. Do you believe this blind, or is it a complete load of rubbish? Because everything that we speculate on could and could not be true. I say that in my disclaimer. I have found this on the internet and I thought it would be a very interesting topic to talk about. Are we paying for them? Who's paying for them? Because we know that they're not paying for them themselves because they don't have that ready cash. Otherwise, they'd be paying for a more cottage back quicker. So who is paying for them? It's alleged that Charles will be paying for them out of his personal wealth, but we've got no guarantee on that, have we? Nobody has really physically said who is paying for their security. As residents of California, if anybody's listening, do you have access? Like it's the Freedom of Information Act in the UK. Do you guys have that? Can you find out if they are being paid for by your tax dollars? I really do hope that this blind is completely false, because if it isn't, that leads to more questions about our monarchy that I am not comfortable with. The fact that we are being lied to so blatantly after we've been told we are not paying for them. So which one is right? Are they paying for it themselves? Is Charles paying? Or we, the UK and the US, ideally California, paying for their security, double their security? You know, Trump did say that there would be no way that he would be paying for their security, but that's federal funds, isn't it? Nobody said anything about state funds, and that is something that people are very quiet on. As taxpayers, are we entitled to know where our tax money is going? They left the royal family of their own free will. Well, apparently they say differently, but they did. Are we entitled to always give them tax-funded money forever because they are ex-royals? Is that fair? Do they have that right as internationally protected people, or so they said in their manifesto? And in this manifesto, because they were internationally protected people, or so they say, they said that they were in their own rights entitled to tax-funded security. So I would like to know your opinions on whether or not this blind is true. We know that federal money isn't being spent on them, but could regional money or state money be used for their security without knowledge of the people of California, and is that fair? As always, let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.